Great. You guys rock.
They're so nice.
Okay. All right. Good evening, friends, family, Teisha. Today I'm going to talk to you about the most traumatic and painful injury of my life. In order to get there, let's rewind our minds 10 years to January 1st, 2009. Back then, an 11-year-old me was trying to answer the most poignant and difficult question of his life. What am I going to do for fun today? Of course, the classics sifted through my mind. I could go to the beach, I could go to the pool, I could play video games, but none of those satisfied me. The stale activities of yesterday are no way to start off a brand new year, and so I needed to think of something new. Of course, 2 heads are better than 1, and 3 heads are better than 2, and so I got my 2 best friends, David and Brooks, from the nearby houses to come and think of a great way to kick off the new year. For what seemed like hours, we brainstormed. Ideas to do this or that, but we finally settled on the greatest idea of all time. We were going to build a rope swing. Immediately, we set out to make this rope swing a reality. We scoured Brooks's garage from top to bottom, looking for a rope or something resembling a rope. There was no heavy-duty nylon super rope there, but we found an old schoolyard jump rope, which would work just fine. Perfect. Next, we needed a handle to hang on to. He didn't have anything like that in his garage, and so we searched a nearby field and found a stick, an excellent stick that would absolutely support our 11-year-old weight. Perfect. The last thing we needed was a location. Nearby Brooks's house was a steep hill, which we have called Helicopter Hill because it was so steep you needed a helicopter to get to the top. Perfect location. We eventually found a tree that was just tall enough, had perfect branches, and was everything we needed to make a rope swing. After a few tied knots and a few failed throws, we finally had the rope swing up and ready to go. The first few swings were pure boyhood bliss. As we went up and went down, we experienced greater joys than any of us had experienced in our friendship at that point. It gave us deep ties to one another, and we were so happy to have done it together. Eventually, as with most things, our 11-year-old attention span could not hang on to it for long, and we started to leave one by one. Brooks first, then Dave, leaving me alone at the rope swing for my last swing. With great pride in my accomplishments, I stepped back, firmly grasped a handle, and swung out. For the first half a second, everything was good, all systems operational. But then, at the peak of the jump, something terrible happened. A crack ran across the hillside. I was left mid-air, a broken handle in my hands, plummeting to the ground. I went headfirst into a concrete V-shaped gutter, slicing open my forehead, jumbling my mind, and snapping my wrist clean in half, and displacing it a couple inches, creating 2 perfect 90-degree angles. I'd never been in such excruciating physical pain. My cries of agony must have been heard from the street, though, because David and Brooks swiftly ran up to get me. Dave slung me over his back and carried me down the hill. Brooks ran forward and called my parents, getting me ready to go to the hospital. I was quickly poked and prodded, bandaged up, and casted for the whole world to see. That day, I came out all right. I wasn't permanently damaged, but I learned a lesson that has stuck with me ever since, is that if you can't do something yourself, your friends can help you make it happen. If you can't carry yourself down the hill, your friend can help you. If you can't get yourself to the hospital, your friend can make it happen. Anything is possible if you have good friends. Thank you.